Hey everybody, it's Roland Comtois. Thank you for joining the Wisdom Keepers. I'm very excited to birth this show at this time. All spiritual explorers are welcomed, all wisdom is honored. Some people say that wisdom comes with age. Others say it's a mark of moral character. But the truth is, each of us is wisdom's keeper. On this show, we will learn from those who live their spiritual lives, who live their spiritual journeys, to the experts in their field. We will share lessons and tech and teachings and spiritual experiences and so much more. And in every interview, I will ask the three questions. And my first guest, not just my guest, she's my friend. She's been my friend and trusted friend for a long time. Someone I turn to when I need to have a better conversation or communication with Mother Earth. Linda Hogan is the author of Walking Gently Upon the Earth. Oh my God. Hey, listen, it is a must-read book. I've read it many times, and each time I've discovered another treasured nugget inside that book. Linda has taught me, believe it or not, you'll find this shocking, but she's taught me how to walk in the mud.
True.
She inspects the foliage and the gardens and the flowers, and I'm just delighted to have Linda to be my very first guest on this show. She's traveled the world and has been on the forefront of caring for Mother Earth. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you, Roland, and thank you for bringing up some of those good memories.
You know, your book is, as you know, I've said it a million times, is incredible. And every time I read a story, I go back to a place or back to an experience, or somehow you're able to get me there. How?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's because when I wrote this book, it was immediately, I would come back after I had been out in Mother Earth for a while, and I would immediately write down what I had experienced, and it came from the heart. So I was still connected to Mother Earth. I was still connected to nature spirits when I wrote it. So I think that's why it comes across in the book.
It does. Hey, look, you have a history of connecting with the earth. I mean, it's a lengthy history. Give us a little synopsis of when this started for you, or why you have such a profound relationship with the earth.
It started when I was born. It started when I could crawl, and my mother let me outside, and immediately I was experiencing nature as it was. I was able at that early age, I was communicating, it sounds strange, but I was communicating with the plants, the grass, the bugs, little animals, and I didn't, and that continued my whole life. I didn't, until I went to school, I didn't realize that not everyone heard the birds and the bees like I did.
Wow.
And so at that point, when I realized that I was really different, I just kind of didn't speak of it anymore, but then after my own children were born, that's when I got them outside and it all started to come back again, and I started to teach them what I knew.
Wow, it sounds like we've had parallel lives now when I hear you tell the story about how you've been listening to the birds and the bees and the bugs and the whatever. I've been listening to whatever is out there. So we've really had some very parallel life experiences.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, that's exciting. Hey, listen, I know why you're here today, all of you, because you want to get from all of us this little bit of wisdom, and I know you're waiting for the three questions. And if I had a drum roll, I'd say no. Here are the three questions. Today, Linda, there's report after report about the Earth's vibration and that it's stabilizing during this pandemic. Cities and countries across the globe are stating that the smog is lifting, that the air is cleaner. Linda, what's going on here?
Well, that's very true. And something else interesting that I have found, and I felt it myself, and you and I talked about this I remember telling you, stating, I feel something's coming. I feel, this was way before, this was probably in December.
Yep.
And I just said, I just feel something coming, Roland, and I don't know what it is, but the earth feels different. And it wasn't that the vibration of the earth was rising, it was that it had slowed.
Oh,
It had
wow.
slowed down, and I think it's slowed down so that we can catch up to it. So
Wow.
that there are a lot of us that have the earth's vibration or higher. But then there are a lot of people that have a lower vibration. Their souls aren't as old. They haven't experienced maybe what we've experienced. They're on different paths, and their vibration is lower. And I believe that's why the earth's vibration has slowed. It's slowed right down. It's not as high as it was, say, 6 months ago.
Now, are you saying that is it feeling better? Are you saying that the Earth's vibration is better?
Yes, yes.
Is it better
The
because
earth's vibration feels better. What we're experiencing does not feel better to us, but the earth's vibration is easier for anyone to access now. It's much easier to connect to the earth now than it ever was before. And that merely takes anyone going outside, sitting on the earth. You don't have to do anything because the earth will connect to you. Nature will connect to you. But that's what I'm told.
Wow. What do you think
That's
about
what I'm told is going on.
What do you think about people that have to stay home? There's not as much traffic, there's not as much pollution. I mean, is that supporting the earth's vibration too?
Oh, it's definitely allowing the earth to heal.
Okay.
Okay. I don't believe that there is a connection between the earth's vibration and that. I think the earth's vibration comes from something much bigger.
Okay.
And maybe from the earth itself, along with some other assistance.
Okay.
Maybe from other planets. I don't, I'm not sure of. The earth, I'm sure of. Other planets, I'm not.
Well, now you've just triggered something, though. I mean, part of this show is to hold on to these three questions, right? And I know that the three questions lead us to other places, but now you say the Earth's vibration or something related to the other planets. That is an interesting perspective. So because the Earth is different or better or something, does that mean it reverberates through space and other planets or whatever are better? How do we know that, really?
Well, we don't know that, but think about how energy works. And when we're peaceful and we're coming from our heart and we're acting in a higher vibration, we're coming from a place of love, it affects everyone around us and it affects the world around us, right? So I would imagine if the whole world is in that place where we're starting to feel maybe more connected, more compassion, it has to reverberate out to the universe.
It's all amazing, isn't it? I mean,
it's amazing to me. I love it.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's go to question number 2, because question number 2, I want to ask you what your personal insights are about the pandemic. And I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but and its purpose or meaning in relationship to the earth itself. Now, it's a heavy question. It's a big question. But is there anything to say about what's happening with this pandemic and the future of the Earth's energy?
Well, I mean, look at the state of the Earth. The state that the Earth was in before this pandemic, it was full of pollution. So many animals had become extinct. the waters were polluted, air was polluted, even noise. I mean, the noise is something that affects me, and the noise pollution, the light pollution.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You
Yes.
know, everything has slowed down, so it's giving the earth and everything on it a chance to heal, and that includes us. It's giving us a chance to physically heal. I think what's going on right now is people are in a very stressful place, and that can affect their health. But um, other parts where they're learning just to relax and stay home, and realizing that maybe they don't need as much as they thought they needed before.
Yeah. That's a
You
good.
know?
That's a great point. What are you learning personally about yourself during this pandemic? And this is an important question because we're all facing the same thing. We're all in the same place, really. So what is it that you're learning about yourself, and how can you teach us or guide us to learn something about ourselves during this time?
Um, well, I'm learning that I'm not coming from a place of fear. I mean, I feel very calm. I feel very peaceful. I feel I feel like I'm where I'm meant to be right now.
Mhm.
Um, However, what have I learned? I've learned that I really need to be out and around other people to motivate me to do things, because I'm too comfortable. I mean, I'd just be very happy sitting around, you know, if I can sit outside in nature or take a little walk by the ocean, um, then that's made my day, and I'm peaceful. So I'm maybe not accomplishing as much as I should, and um, so although at times I've said I think I could live in the woods and be a hermit, I realized that that wouldn't be very productive for me.
Wow, well, those are great lessons. I mean, I am learning to still my mind,
Mm,
which is not an easy task for
no, for you.
for me, or for a triple Virgo kind of person. It's not an easy
Yeah,
task. So I've
no.
had to really still my mind, which is a very big challenge during these kinds of times. But here we are. You know, I will say to everybody who's tuning in for the first time, I love Mother Earth because Linda has taught me a long time ago how to really embrace the energy and the essence of Mother Earth. I mean, the truth is, I plant flowers, I walk barefoot.
You
Um, I,
save flowers.
I save, that's right. I save flowers. You're absolutely right. I do those things, and it's all because of you. I mean, really, you instilled
Thank you.
that teaching in me a long time ago, 20 something years ago, probably. And
Hmm.
now it's one of my greatest joys. I want to go back to your book for a minute, because for those of you that have not read Linda's book, I really think if you want to go on a journey in this very deep and personal, profound relationship that Linda has with Mother Earth, you should read that book, because that's where it took me. It took me to those places. You know, I did smell the blueberry muffins when you talked about them in the book, and I did hear the birds chirping when you talked about it in the book, and I did feel all of that energy. So again, if you're tuning in for the first time, you can get Linda's book. Linda, what's your website to get your book?
It is sacrednewearth.com.
So if you want a copy of Linda's book, go there, and I'm telling you, you will enjoy every bit of it, because there wasn't one chapter in that book that it just held you together. It was a beautiful book. And finally, for the third question, here we go. What do you think, Linda, we need to do to better serve the earth, or even more so, how can we better become wonderful caregivers of the earth's energy?
Okay, so right now, I know it's difficult to get out. It's kind of difficult to find a place in nature to walk, but there are places. I mean, I live in a city, and I've got the ocean near me, so I'm fortunate I can go and I can walk along. I can walk along the ocean, but there are some green belts that I've discovered that haven't been closed. And but you need to get out there and be in nature. I mean, the sun is helping us. The air is clearer, it's fresher. As I said, Mother Earth is willing to connect to you now, and all you need to do is go out there and be on her. What that does, it's going to help raise your vibration. And if enough people have their vibration higher than what it's been, the Earth's going to shift. The mentality of the world will shift. And I just think that's very, very important right now. And those of us who already have that connection, those of us who have know we've been on a spiritual path for a while, I don't, some of us are frustrated that we can't go out and do our work, but if we maintain that high vibration, it still has an effect. It has the same effect on the world as if we were face to face with people leading groups and seminars and things like that. So I think we have to just stay out of fear and stay in a positive place, because I think we've got this beautiful new world. It's going to operate completely different than the old one. So
No.
I'm looking forward to it.
I know I said I was going to keep this to 3 questions, but, I have a lot of things I want to ask you. But ask one more question, though, because I've read other things and other people are saying that the Earth doesn't really need us. I'm not sure if that's the right way of saying this, but does the Earth need us? Is she capable of being on her own? I mean, does she need us?
I think she's capable of being on her own. I think we were destroying the Earth. I think she's very sad from not being acknowledged and being abused. I think of the Earth as a sentient being. I mean,
Yes.
as I said, I've been talking to plants and animals and grass and bugs since I was a little girl, so I have this close connection, and I think it's made me who I am, and it's allowed me to be in a state of calm and peace during, any hardship that I've ever had to go through.
Wow.
That's where I turn.
I'll tell you, I have been outside more than I've ever been outside, really.
Good.
And I've been out in the rain, and I've been out in the sitting on the porch, just taking in the breeze, the wind, the smells, the everything. And there is something remarkable about how she calms us. So I don't know if she needs us, but I need her. I need her. I need her.
That's right.
Yeah.
And more people, I think more people are experiencing the Earth in a different way because it is quiet. As I said, I live in a city, but it's quiet, and people are hearing the birds, and you're hearing the wind in the trees. And believe me, it was very noisy before all this came along, and it is peaceful out there.
Yeah,
It's peaceful.
It is peaceful.
Yeah.
Well, look.
And can I just throw something else in?
Yeah, please.
I think people are starting to cherish the companionship of others because we don't have it right now. And I've encountered a few people on my walks we all have our masks on, and we stand like 10 feet apart and chat through our masks, but it's like you really appreciate communicating with others in a meaningful way.
Yeah, this is really changing the mindset all the way around. And my sense is it's never going to be the same after this. It's only going to be better, and we can all be better if we choose that journey, as you said at the beginning, not to operate from a space of fear. But in these times it's challenging not to be in that space. But we can. And I think what you're saying to us, if we go outside, maybe she'll help us with our fear.
Right.
Is that true?
Right. Definitely. when you go outside and you feel the peace and the calm,
Yeah, it's true.
you know, get away from the TVs.
Oh man.
I do not watch the news. I figure if anything really big comes, you're going to call me and let me know. I don't allow myself to go there. I mean, I open up my computer, I'll see the headlines, and that's fine. I might look at them for a minute, I shut them down, and then I go along with my day. And part of my day is being outside. And on the days that I haven't gotten outside, I notice the difference.
Yeah, so
I
look,
feel agitated.
yeah, we want to just leave you with one other thing. There are three things that you can do to maybe navigate this time. I'm going to say, even though Linda should be the one saying this, I'm going to say get
Okay.
outside. What are you going to say, Linda? I'm going to say get outside. What is the second thing you'd offer somebody?
I would say this is crazy, but um, do some kind of peaceful movement, whether
Oh,
you're doing qigong or tai chi. If you go to YouTube, there are so many 3 minute, 5 minute, 7 minute little qigong exercises that are being offered.
hmm.
It's helpful. It helps your body. You're moving the energy, and then you just feel peaceful and you feel alive afterwards. So that I'd say move your body. Something gentle. You don't have to be out there running.
I love the term peaceful movement you just said. I love the
Yeah.
idea of that.
Mhm.
So number one is get outside. Number two, peaceful movement. And the third thing I would say is drink a lot of water.
Oh yes, I
Make
forget.
sure you're hydrated and taking good care of yourself. Listen, Linda, it was thrilling spending this time with you. And of course, to all of you listening out there, we'll have Linda's website in the link. So all you have to do is click on that link and you'll be able to go and check her out. Not only that, you can buy that book because it's well worth the investment. Thank you, Linda, for being part of the show.
Thank you, Roland.
Thank you. And just a little recap too. To better serve the Earth's energy is in the best interest of all. For us to sustain life, we must honor and respect her contribution to humanity's existence. I hope you enjoyed the show, and as always, until next time, have a good day.